Guys, thanks for checking out the video. Quick heads up, I am trying out some new mic settings. I mentioned it a couple times in the video, but editing version of Trilobite noticed that even the new settings still have some of the issues that I'm trying to tackle with changing the settings. Every once in a while, my voice cuts out when I'm not talking directly into the mic. That's a product of the mic being really good at canceling out background noise, which is necessary for my uh, desktop situation that I have going on at home right now. But the problem is I have a naturally quiet voice, so sometimes it doesn't pick up all the way. I'll work on speaking more clearly and stuff like that going forward, and hopefully, most of the stuff I'm trying to talk about still makes sense in the video, but just wanted to say that I'm aware that it's not all there 100% of the time, and I'm going to continue working towards better solutions here. Thanks for your patience. I decided to upload the video anyway because anxiety sucks sometimes, and I'm going to keep nitpicking stuff until I get used to things not being perfect. So I'm just going to live with it, and hopefully you guys can too. So thanks for checking things out. Peace. Hey guys, welcome to another video. It's a little different this time. I'm not actually streaming at the moment, so I should be able to focus mostly on the game. So that's nice. I decided I wanted to test out some new mic settings and also some different tactics for the editing software. I'm gonna do an Ironclad Ascension run. Right now, the highest level I have access to is level 8, so we'll go ahead and jump right in and see how we do. Looking at the map, we've got a decent ways to go before we start hitting elites, and we don't have any shops ahead of them, but all of the early elites have campfires pretty close to them, so that's nice. If I go, actually I'd tell a lie, there is a shop right there. This route here, or potentially this route here, I could foreseeably reach an elite without getting 3 combats. So I'm going to go ahead and take this enemies in your next 3 combats have 1 HP option and hope that I get there. I'm gonna choose to take this route because the shop is just a little too close. I don't have a lot of gold because it's so early in the run. I don't think it's going to be worth stopping at a shop. I'd rather get gold and cards and potions and stuff in the early going here. I'll take a drop kick. My deck is pretty small, so the chances of getting bash and drop kick at the same time are pretty good. I already have close to full health. I just started. I don't want to invest gold so early in moving cards. So I'll do that. I don't have any curses yet, obviously, so I'd be potentially okay picking up a curse, but that is a pretty hefty curse that I haven't seen in a long time. Not sure what the repercussions of it are. I think I might take it because it sounds interesting, and I'm going to trust my Burning Blood Relic to overcome the weakness until I can get the curse out of the deck. And we'll just go ahead and keep using the 1 HP advantage. So I've already got a early decision point here. I can start indexing towards the exhaust aspects of the Ironclad or the strike aspects. I've had a lot of luck with both recently during my progression from the early Ascension levels to where I am now at 8, which I know is not that great, but I just started trying to do Ascension mode, so I'll cut myself some slack on that one. But I'll go ahead and take the Twin Strike just because it's damage here and now and it's consistent, even if I don't end up doing a strike deck. I have a good amount of health and it's early in the game, so I want the gold, and I'm okay with the amount of health I have right now going into a 1 health elite fight. So I'll go ahead and just take an upgrade. I'll go ahead and put it on Twin Strike just because it's a generically good card for the time being. And it's also one of the only cards I have that I've actually drafted into the deck. And we'll go ahead and take this guy out. And we get Thorns for the rest of the runs. That's very nice. Body Slam Ironclad decks are one of my personal favorites decks to run in the entire game, especially if you just look at Ironclad decks that are like archetypes. But the problem I've had is since I've started doing Ascension runs, it's not been nearly as consistent. So I'm going to choose Seeing Red instead of the Body Slam here and hope for a better run as a result of it. For anybody interested, my normal Body Slam attempts try to get Barricade and Entrench and things like that, which if I get them and I can get discounts on them or increase my mana pool or energy pool for this game, I guess, it's great, it's fun, it's hilarious, but getting to that point is difficult. And I don't have a lot of time to mess around with things. I kind of need the power and consistency that strike decks and exhaust decks tend to offer more than things that are fun if I want to actually get up towards like 15 and 20 Ascension levels and things. That's what we're going to try to do. I'll just block up and use my strike. I'll save the Seeing Red for another time. And hope for the best. It looks like I'll be able to beat this guy down without too much trouble. Honestly, I'm taking more damage from my curse than I am the monster itself, so that's okay. Our Burning Blood is doing its job. Go ahead and take another Twin Strike, making early preparations for picking up a Perfected Strike down the line. No guarantee of it, but we can try. And let's see, on the top end I can do 14 plus 14 damage, so 28, so 20 total. I could also wait a turn or two and hope I get a bash at an opportune time to make the guy vulnerable, which I think I'm gonna do. It'll cost me a couple of health because inevitably I'll draw the pain at some point before this guy wakes up, and then I'll take damage from that. That's okay though. I'm relying on the vulnerable that I'm going to apply to this guy for this turn and next while he's stunned to do some real work for me here. And if I'm lucky, I might pick up some good cards here. Yeah, so we'll just play our hand out here. Take a lot of damage from pain, but it's not the end of the world. We're already close to halfway done with this guy. Hopefully we can get... this is gonna hurt. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and use Seeing Red so that I can get both blocks up as well as use the vulnerable. I feel like I'm going to need the vulnerable to finish this guy off in a timely manner, and I really don't want to prolong things. That was a bit of a mistake. I could have potentially been punished playing the dropkick. If I happened to draw the curse, which I guess wasn't possible, so never mind. It was careless all the same though. I shouldn't have played it. In a world where the curse is still in my deck, I could have drawn it, and that wouldn't have been good, so I should probably not do that anymore. Still early going, so my deck is close to 50-50 between attacks and not attacks, so I don't necessarily like the idea of Clash. I think I'll take Pommel Strike for the cycle. Just to keep things interesting, again, indexing towards possible Perfected Strike decks down the line. So I've got 5 mana worth of cards, so I'll go ahead and use the bash as well as everything else in the hand. And just make good progress towards getting this looter killed before he gets a chance to run off with my monies. Happy to see a fire potion, those are very useful. Let's see what I've got coming up shortly. I've got 2 fights or 1 fight, 1 random room, and I'll probably take the random room unless this fight does something really strange to me. I just tend to prefer going for the random rooms because they tend to be more interesting than basic fights to me. I'm going to take the power through here. Just so I have a card that gives me a large amount of block down the road. And here, let's see, is there any way for me to block that much damage? I can do a maximum of 28 plus 6 is 34 into 54, so I can kill him. Go ahead and try to do that. Cost me a potion, obviously, but I'm full up on potions right now anyway. That's okay. Fire Potion is good, and it might have been good to hold on to it, but 6 to 11 health, depending on how you look at it, right now sounds good to me. Let's go ahead and bash this guy and vulnerable, which allows us to just kill him outright. That's nice. Let's see. Very tempted to take the Berserk on the precursor that I used the campfire right before the first boss to improve it so that it's only one level vulnerable, and hoping that I can manipulate it to so that I can only ever use it when I'm not actually going to get hit while I have the vulnerable up. Toxic Egg is amazing, especially being this early into the run, so I'm very tempted to pick that up real quick. And both of these two relics, the Abacus and the Flower, are also really good, actually. But I think I'm going to go ahead and pick up the Toxic Egg as a early investment, and means I don't get rid of the curse right now, but hopefully the necessarily call it a gamble. It's guaranteed to be a really good card, or a really good relic. It's just how much damage do I take in the meantime? Twin Strike and Fray and leave the rest be. Don't really have a reason to play things. So it's a weak start by me. It's not the end of the world, I guess, but we are still able to push this guy into defense mode so we don't take that big hit, so that's nice. Just wait and see what he decides to do. I am not able to deal an amazing amount of damage here. I would be incentivized to deal no damage so I don't take the Thorns hits, but this is looking like a good amount of damage. I've got at least 18, and if nothing good comes out of the Pommel Strike, and throw my weakness potion at him to make it not as bad. And I'll go ahead and burn the Seeing Red, even though it's not as efficient as it could be, and just play all my cards out, just to get maximum value out of the situation. Obvious reasons I would have loved to have a vulnerable up on the last turn, but that's not the world we live in, so that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and put my defenses up for this turn. Means I do things a little efficiently. I could have had 3 more health if I had put the defense up before I bashed, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and play the power through just so we can not worry about his attack, and then go into our strikes. No, I shouldn't have blocked. I can find where I am here, and I would have taken an extra damage from the curse. So we've got Berserk active again, no curses, but also no vulnerables, so that's kind of sad. We'll just use the cards that deal the most damage and let him take his turn. It's getting stronger. I think we stand a good chance at making it through here. Worst comes to, we do have Fairy in a bottle. I'd rather not use it so early, but I have to. I do think I need to keep pushing damage into him right now, though. Especially since I didn't have that compelling of a way to defend myself against him. Currently, I'm looking at lines that look like Bash, Drop Kick, Defend. But the other line I'm looking at is just Defend. And given how low my health is getting, I think I'll put a pause on things for now, including not playing the drop kick right now, just because that's extra damage that I don't really want to take between his Thorn's ability and my curse. We'll play both Twin Strikes and Power Through and Defend. We don't take any damage here. Awesome. And he's actually going to take a fair amount of damage from my Thorns, so that's nice. It's a really powerful relic to get so early on in the game. I'm really happy we picked that one up. I'm going to do it this way, just in case I happen to draw the curse. Some chance that I draw something that I can't play in Bash, but that's mostly okay. I'll live with it. And there aren't many worlds where I don't get to. Just kidding. Relic kills him anyway. Okay, cool. So that's one level down. Demon form is a really big investment. Not really considering the upgraded limit break here, just because I don't have any other strength synergies in my deck directly at the moment. I could take it and count on picking them up later, and it would be a really good card to have, but I could also just take the strength now and try to work in a way to not get killed on the turns I play it. And I think that's what I'm gonna go for. It is a gamble, but it's also a fun thing to do. Don't really like the idea of the cube right now, especially since I've got a really expensive focal point for my deck right now. Drawing extra cards doesn't sound that good, and I've also got pommel strikes and drop kicks to cycle right now anyway. Black Star is tempting, and Black Blood is always at least basically good. I think I need some strength or some stickiness here and now, especially with as little defenses as I'm building currently, and I still have that curse sticking around. I can find an early shop, which I can on most of the paths I'd be taking. I'm gonna look to go ahead and get rid of that curse. I'll just go ahead and take the, let's see, so all routes to the shops are 2 to 3 monster rooms. No question marks. So I'll go ahead and take the 3 fights before the fight, so I have as much projected gold as possible before I get there. It'll give me a good idea of what I'm looking at. Go ahead and play the Berserk. He's not attacking me this turn anyway. And we can bash him to knock off one of the artifacts. It's probably not going to end up being useful by the end of the fight, but we'll see. Let's deal as much damage as we can, really. Seeing red plus demon form is a great combo, so we'll go ahead and make use of it. Find out what's in the deck. Get punished for the thing I said I should really avoid doing. Go figure. Oh well. Need to keep working on his armor just because it'll keep growing because he's got barricade. But also the longer I wait, the powerful my demon form will be, so it should be okay in that regard. We'll just put our defenses up best we can, dealer damage. Strike killed him there? Yeah, strike killed him there. I took extra damage that I shouldn't have. That's my bad. Oh well, our Black Blood does a pretty good job of getting us in an okay spot. Pommel Strike and Spot Weakness are both good, but I'm going to take Spot Weakness just for the high-end potential combos and things like that. I already have a couple of Pommel Strikes anyway. Let's do a Defend and Twin Strike, Twin Strike. Does a good job of trimming down his plated armor, and it's just the most damage I can deal in general anyway. It's unfortunate I have the curse, but that's the decision we made in the game to get our relic, but I think it's working out okay so far. Let's see what's in the box, and go ahead and take the strength and put our defenses up. Strength will do some good things for the rest of the fight, even though it's the turn we play it, so that's okay. think this turn I need to not play Demon Form just because it's expensive to play. So that means for me is I'm going to go ahead and play my 2 defensive cards, and I'll also play the Berserk because I'm a decent. But anyway, future turns, if I find the Demon Form in this fight is still going, I stand a good chance of being able to play it just because it's available to me. Kick. Oh. Oh, it's dead. It's additional. There. To get a free card. First. Is that it ends up discarding a bad discard. End up popping it into my hand when I don't want it to on occasion, but that's okay. I wish I would have thought about that sooner, so I could have killed something that was dealing more damage to me. But the wild strike so you can actually get the kills. It's an extra. To try to get them to kill themselves on my thorns than actually dealing damage to them. That's not an option. They're killing me this turn. There's nothing I can do. And highest strength play I can and play both of my powers. Use the fairy bottle and see what I think of it. Um, some worlds exist that I'm not dead here, but not many of them. I'd have to kill both of them. So, like I said, this was mostly to test out the mic settings and just wanted to make a video while I was doing it. So let me know how you think the mic settings did. I did some preliminary testings on my own before making the video, so I'm confident they're an improvement over what I was doing before. But always happy to have feedback from other people. Enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check me out on Twitch sometime too, and I'd love to have some support. Hope you guys have a good day. Peace.